Paul Merson's Premier League predictions for Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United and Liverpool. Paul Merson expects Chelsea to edge out London rivals Tottenham in the Premier League this weekend and has also predicted wins for Arsenal, Manchester United and Liverpool. Thomas Tuchel's Blues travel across the English capital to face Spurs on Sunday, having won 3 of their 4 league games so far this season and coming out on top in their opening Champions League fixture against Zenit St. Petersburg. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Red Devils are also on the road and will look to bounce back from Tuesday's shock European defeat to Young Boys against former manager David Moyes' West Ham. On Saturday, Arsenal will look to build on last weekend's much-needed victory over Norwich City when they travel to Turf Moor to face struggling Burnley. Joint leaders Liverpool will also be looking to secure 3 more points as they play host to Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace. Merson believes Manchester United, Chelsea and Liverpool will all still be sharing a place at the top of the table come Sunday evening, and said in his predictions for Sportskita that he can also see Arsenal climbing up the table this weekend. Burnley were bang unlucky against Everton and lost the game thanks to that bad 5-minute spell in the second half. They were the better team for about 45 minutes, but all of a sudden the game was over as Everton scored 3 quick-fire goals. What I'm trying to say is that Burnley aren't a bad team, so this could be a good Premier League contest. As for Arsenal, they fell over the line against Norwich City, but 3 points is exactly what they needed to kick-start their season. They've done well against Burnley over the years, so I fancy them to make it successive wins in the Premier League. Prediction: Burnley 1-2 Arsenal. To view this video, please enable JavaScript and consider upgrading to a web browser that supports HTML5 video. I watched Liverpool play in the UEFA Champions League last night and they absolutely blew AC Milan away in the first 15 minutes or so. They missed a penalty in the first half and somehow went into halftime 2-1 down. Virgil van Dijk was rested and Liverpool looked a bit shaky at the back at times, but he's likely to return to the starting side against Crystal Palace. Against Leeds United, Liverpool could have won 7-0, but they were wasteful in attack. It just seems to me like when the game is over, their attackers just go and do their own thing. Sometimes, it's like watching grassroots football. When one team is winning 10-0, everyone wants to score. Palace had a good result against Tottenham Hotspur as they recorded their first win of the Premier League season. That said, I expect Liverpool to win this one rather comfortably. Prediction: Liverpool 3-0 Crystal Palace. To view this video, please enable JavaScript and consider upgrading to a web browser that supports HTML5 video. If Michail Antonio was playing, I'd give West Ham every chance in this game. Unfortunately, he isn't, so I'm really not sure how they could cope without him. Manchester United are not really playing well. The results they've got so far in the Premier League have simply papered over their cracks. They were really fortunate against Wolves, and as I mentioned earlier, the game against Newcastle United was evenly matched for a while. The UEFA Champions League loss against Young Boys will serve as a kick up the backside for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and co. It should liven them up for this one. They got a wake-up call at the right time, and now they know that they will get beaten in the Premier League if they perform as poorly as they did in midweek. That said, Manchester United have looked quite solid at the back domestically, and with Antonio out, they should win this one. Prediction: West Ham United 0-1 Manchester United. To view this video, please enable JavaScript and consider upgrading to a web browser that supports HTML5 video. I don't see anything other than a Chelsea win. As for Spurs, this has been the way for quite a while now. They get to a certain place and start playing well, but suddenly, they face a struggling side and lose rather comprehensively. Crystal Palace scored 2 late goals, but Spurs never looked like winning, even when it was 1-0. I watched Chelsea play against Zenit in the UEFA Champions League and Romelu Lukaku didn't have too many chances. However, he popped up to score the match winner with a brilliant goal, and that is exactly what he brings to the team. I fancy him to score every time he plays. The fans will be up for this one and I predict Chelsea to be too strong for Spurs on the day. Prediction: Tottenham Hotspur 1-2 Chelsea. To view this video, please enable JavaScript and consider upgrading to a web browser that supports HTML5 video. Paul Ince names perfect signing for Man United and speaks out on Van de Beek's future. Berbatov says Manchester United star is probably unhappy about Cristiano Ronaldo arrival. I'm not satisfied at all. Jose Mourinho claims Roma didn't play well after 5-1 win. For more stories like this, check our sport page. Follow Metro Sport for the latest news on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.